Hi everyone, it's Nonnagrace and I'm from Western New York. Today's video is going to be a little bit longer than my normal because I made rutabaga and I show you Jake because I've had questions about how's Jake doing, and you'll see Jake in this video, a real short snippet of him sleeping and what makes me a little nervous when he's sleeping because he really is. He's scrawny. He's so scrawny. And I made him the egg that broke because today I actually got 7 eggs, but when I was taking it out of the nesting box, one of them slipped out of my hands and it cracked open. So I scooped it up and I brought it in and I cooked it for him. I even tried to feed him with a spoon to a little bit to make him taste it, and he was avoiding it completely. He doesn't want anything.
Years ago, he would have wolfed it down.
I know, I wouldn't have had a chance to hardly put it down, and I would have had to tell him to sit and stay, and then he would have gone for it. But today, he really doesn't like eating anything, and it's kind of sad. I had Jim buy his dog food that is the dad's dog food because that's the one he seemed to like before really well, so we're going to try it.
I don't know if it's the same flavor as we used to get. I don't know.
Is it chicken and
rice?
Yeah,
it's a chicken and rice, yeah.
That's what he liked. He liked that. So that should be good for him. So I'll try it tonight and see if he'll eat that. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. Well, hope you have something to drink and entertain yourself. So let's just go to that video since it's so darn long. While you're working on them, I wanted to show how the color gets brought out with the varnish. Look how pretty the color is. This is one that isn't varnished yet. This is one that is.
That's good. That's not dried.
No.
These have partially dried.
These look even better.
Yep.
Because the green is, the varnish has dried.
It's a water-based, so it looks white.
Oops.
Until it dries.
I've got shadow on it. I don't want a shadow on it. Looking pretty. Is the other side done? The other side's done too. Wow. You're done on both sides.
Yeah, I do one side. That's why I have my bed of nails or staples.
Yep. I'm going to turn it back over. And there's the gentleman doing the work. You're going to be in my video again. This rutabaga says, I want to grow. So I'm going to cut the top off, plant the top, and eat the rest. But this is a delicious rutabaga, I'm sure. If you ever have to cut a rutabaga, they're not very easy. I'm going to have to peel this, but I'm going to follow Terry's advice and put it in the microwave for a few minutes and then peel it because it is covered with wax, and rutabagas are usually pretty difficult to peel. So this will go into, I think I'm going to put it in dirt right off the bat. Usually I would put these things in water, but I think I'm going to do the dirt right off the bat and see what happens. I just brought this pot up from the basement, and now I'm going to dump the dirt out and freshen it up a little bit, and then I'll put the rutabaga in it. I don't get a newspaper, but I do get an AARP paper, so we're going to dump it out on that. Then we're going to crumble it, we hope. It's pretty hard, pretty solid. We're going to crumble it up. Whoa! That flew off the paper. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to use this dirt. This dirt's probably good dirt, and it's got the white stuff in it that helps hold moisture. Forgot what that stuff is called. And we'll take out all the yuck. Normally I would use 2 hands, but have to use the camera for one. I could get my magnetic thing out and put it on, but I'm actually pretty lazy. Looks pretty good. I think I'll just pour the rest in. So we'll see you when it gets into the pot. I put it in the pot, and now we're gonna just pour this into the pot. Cover it up a little bit. Whoops. Shuffle it around. And we'll water it. Hope this continues to grow. Time will tell. And if it does, you'll see it again. If it doesn't, you probably will never see it again. I really prefer to water from the bottom, but because this is not a ceramic pot or a clay pot, I had to water some from the top, but I do have it sitting in water, hoping that the dirt will suck up some of the water. I prefer to go from the bottom up, and this one has to go a little bit on the top too. Let's hope it grows. I microwave the rutabaga. You can see the wax on top. See all that white? And I put it on a dish and on a paper towel so that the paper towel will gather the wax. Let's hope. In the microwave it's going. And you're supposed to cook it for 5 minutes, but I think I'm going to do it for 3 just because I don't want it really cooked. I want it just softened to where I can get the wax off. 3 minutes are up, so let's see what we've got. Oh, it looks like it melted. That's good. If it feels melted, let's take it out and give it a whirl and see what we get. Oh, there's still more on this side that's not melted, but we'll try it anyways. Got my potato peeler. We're going to give it a try and see what we get. It's going to come off pretty easy, but I need 2 hands to do this, so I'll come back to you when I'm done. Let me tell you, the 3 minutes was plenty long enough. You see this it looks a little different here. This got more cooked, and this actually peeled a lot easier because it was cooked. But I want it more to looking like it's raw still, so that when I cut it up and cook it, I'm going to try frying it. I've seen it fried on Terry's video, and I want to try it. But there's the peels. And I use an old-fashioned peeler. Everybody uses a different kind of peeler, but this is the kind I use. And I did have to use a paring knife on a few spots that were pretty thick. It's like an apple. You cut it out, or a potato that's got a bad spot, you cut it out. Different ones have asked me how Jake is, and when I look at him like this, I have to look real close to make sure he's still breathing, because he's still breathing. He's got his eyes shut, well, they're open now, and his tongue out a little bit. It always makes me worry a little, but he's gotten so frail. See his ribs? You can actually see his ribs, because he really doesn't eat, and his food is here free, so he can eat whenever he wishes. I almost forgot to put this on. I fried up some jicama, 70 grams. This is 70 grams in this little bag. And I put some everything bagel on it, and boy, it's really good. It's got a little sweetness to it, but I like it. It's like a potato, but not a potato. 6 eggs today, but I got really 7, and I broke one, but I'm going to cook it and feed it to Jake. Let me show you the one I broke. Here's the one I broke. It's got a few weeds on it, so I'm going to cook this up and give it to Jake. We just had the rutabaga soup, and boy, it is really tasty. I can taste the sweet. I put a lot of, I put cayenne in it. I put,
curry powder,
yeah.
Turmeric.
I put a lot
cayenne,
of spices in
black pepper,
and
salt, Himalayan sea
and those
salt.
I can taste. I was looking at a video that was talking about the tongue, and our tongue has, actually it has, you can taste sweet, you can taste salty, you can taste bitter, you can taste, and they called it umami, I guess, savory foods.
Savory is an umami flavor.
Yeah, it's in the middle of your tongue is where that is, but I don't know if I'm getting it or not. But I do know that this had a good flavor, and I had fried the rutabaga and it tastes like fried potatoes, and it really does. It's really very, very, very good. So if you want to watch your carbs and get a little less carbs, and it's got carbs in it. It's because it's a root.
It's a root crop.
Yeah.
They all have
But-
carbs and starch.
But it has fiber too, so it maybe counteracts the
The carbs.
carbs. Yeah. So, well, I hope you all had a great day. I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? It vanished. Oh, it almost came back. Almost. It's floating in my brain. It's really floating in my brain. Let's see. I remember. It was the eggshells that I crushed today and gave them to the chickens. It's like they're calcium, extra calcium, but it's a free calcium because you just wash the eggshells off, dry them up good. Some people put them in the oven to make sure there's no salmonella on them, but I don't do that actually. I just let them dry, and I leave some of the white in the shell. And this way, when I'm crushing them, you have to make sure you crush them, otherwise they'll see them as eggshells and they'll start pecking their own eggs, and you don't want them to do that. And also, Jim bought me some jicama today. Jicama is supposed to taste like apples. We have never tried it, but it's supposed to be very good. I think that was everything for tonight, so we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.